What is going on, guys? I'm Wedgie125 and here I'm reviewing Pool Boy's Minecraft server. Actually, I don't even know if it actually has a name because it's a very undeveloped server, and I was going to ask him what the name was, but I actually didn't get it. So I'm going to have to go on a limb here and kind of just guess what it's called. But this was a server that he actually suggested it in my Utopia Minecraft server review. He actually sent a suggestion in that I would review his server from him because he's had a lack of players. And I joined in. There's a few reasons I actually see why. Now, I'm not trying to bash him or anything throughout this video. I just want to let you guys know what I think about the server and my actual opinions, because this shouldn't be biased either. Honestly, the server is very underdeveloped. It has a lot of plugins and promise, but there's simple things that are just not there yet. For starters, there is no market, or if there is one, there's no warp to it. I eventually checked the warps, and there's nothing going there. There's a lot of plugins that seem like they're complex, like the Crafting Plus seems great. The little book you see in my inventory that I opened up, it has all that extra stuff in the plugins. That seems great, but that seems a bit excessive for what the spawn looks like. I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to bash, but the spawn is a little dull. I mean, you got this platform in the skies, some parkour, a lake. It's a lot of natural stuff, and then one shack, and to me, that doesn't seem like an adequate spawn, especially for a Minecraft server with these kind of plugins. You have to spend a lot of time building that kind of stuff. I mean, people like to see the spawn as something attractive, and especially doing it with dark wood, that is not something that looks attractive. I wanted to just point this out because I could help the owner build another spawn. If he watches this video, I could easily help you build another one. I mean, the spawn is the one thing that really needs to be impressive. It's the first thing that people see. You got to make a good first impression. Now, like I said, there is no market on the server, which for me hurts a lot to see, because the market is something that kind of holds the server together, you know? For me, at least, because, you know, it's not easy going on a server, especially one with other people and there's plugins that aren't protecting grief and stuff like that. It's possible that people are going to lose a lot of things, so you don't want to make them earn everything. You want to allow them to buy some things that are hard to get. I know it's a little bit of a cheat, but that's just how the price we pay for having such a difficult server to play on. Now, there's almost no players on the server at any time. I mean, there's 1 to 2 maybe every now and then, but there's not very many people. And the thing that's bad that I see is the owner doesn't have much advertisement out there. It's hard. He doesn't even have a Planet Minecraft page, which he actually didn't know what Planet Minecraft was, and I let him know, and hopefully that'll get up there soon, because that is a big thing for advertising. If you've ever owned a server, you know that's something big. So I told him to get that up, keep posting his server to different server lists and stuff like that. He also has a website, but he said it wasn't up to date, so he wouldn't give it to me. So unfortunately, I can't link that in the description or anything, but I will give the IP. But I also wanted to let you guys know, he did later say that the server was not 24/7 and that it's up about 9 times a day throughout, like 9 hours of the day, continuing through the week. So, I mean, that's alright. It's not the best as 24/7, but you know, it's a good start at least. And he also doesn't have any donation stuff set up, and he said he'll hopefully get that set up soon as well. Now, I thought everything looked like the parkour. To me, it wasn't very attractive because with the blocks they used and the location it's at, it kind of looks like grief. Like when you see blocks kind of randomly placed. I know it's parkour, but you kind of want to keep that sectioned off to where you can't see it unless you warp there. That's just a suggestion I have, and that's something that needs to be added. Also, the tutorials they had, which I thought were alright, but something seemed a little bit unnecessary about some of them. I like the idea of having lapis portals, but what's the point if they don't actually work? I mean, that's cool and all, but it doesn't do too much. And Crafting Plus is kind of cool, but when you got a server that has so many other problems, this is something that it doesn't really add that much to the game that is attractive enough for players to join. There's a lot of things that need to be added to the server. He said he has some friends, but I don't know if he has any other admins, so I'm going to label it. Probably needs staff. It needs a lot of builders and etc. and stuff like that. Obviously, from seeing everything. Now, some of my suggestions for plugins to get would be probably to start out. I'm assuming he has economy, or to some extent. It probably comes with essentials. That's what I'm assuming here. I would suggest getting some skill sets, maybe not MCMMO, but something similar to the Utopia server I reviewed not too long ago. I would say Mob Arena is one that he should be adding, because his server's he likes to have a lot of fun with it, so I'm trying to suggest plugins that would be something attractive to players. I'd just say keep developing the server, you know. The spawn is so small, and it leads into a forest, which is not something you want. I could do a video later on showing a good spawn in a Minecraft server, but the spawn is so important, I can't stress it enough. And so is the market, and the market should be in the spawn. You want the spawn something simple to navigate around, and the spawn I felt in this one was something that felt a little unnatural, and everything seemed oddly placed, especially the staircase at the beginning. Something just felt odd about it, being hidden behind the logs and stuff like that. It just doesn't feel right. Not only that, but the server kind of lacks things to do. I mean, yeah, it is a vanilla server and it is labeled that, but people aren't going to just join it if it's a regular server. They need something more interesting to it. So trying to get players on, I mean, advertising is key for this server is what I'm saying. I want the owner to see that there is hope for this server as long as he keeps developing it and working on it and not focusing as much on plugins rather than the simple things like buildings and stuff like that, and things for people to look at, and maybe switching the location of spawn and stuff like that. There's not much else I can actually review on the server due to the fact that there's not much else left on there, but the best I can say is I do hope they also add some kits, and the server has some promise to it, and it reminds me when I started out, honestly. Just keep working towards it, and I hope to see the server make a great return, and hopefully to see some of you guys on it, because I'll be on every now and then. So make sure to join the server. The IP will be in the description below, and yeah, make sure to check it out. I also wanted to say, though, before I left, that this was one of the servers that was requested in the comments in one of my last server reviews, which I think is great, and I'm going to continue doing. I hope you guys see that as an opportunity to get people on your servers, whether that be Gmod, Rust, Minecraft, or anything. I'll be making a whole video going on a spiel about it, just continuing on about reviewing servers. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm OG125, and I'll hopefully see you all soon.